Welcome to Hayden's weekly news broadcast on October 16th. I'm Mitch Quaney, and these are today's Hayden News headlines. The Hayden Performing Arts Department performed last Wednesday at their fall concert. The Hayden Singers, Jazz Band, and Ring of Fire Bell Choir performed pieces they had been preparing all semester. In sports news, the football team played Topeka West on Friday at Hummer Sports Park. Quarterback Dallas Crittenden and running back Connor Shoemaker led the team to a 47-28 victory. In volleyball, the volleyball team moved to 25-7 on the season at the Washburn Rural Quad and defeated the likes of Washburn Rural, Manhattan, and Lawrence. The girls' tennis team competed in regionals where freshman Brooklyn Hunter took first in singles and seniors Kathleen Kramer and Brenna Meyer took sixth in doubles. They are competing at Winfield today, hoping to bring home the state title. The girls' golf team won regionals, led by senior Mariah Grunert, who placed first, along with Katie Vossbinder, Caroline Setter, and Sammy Blenden, who placed 5th, 6th, and 7th, respectively. And the cross-country team competed at Washburn Rural City Invitational on Saturday. The boys' team placed 3rd, with Jacob Clems leading the charge, placing 1st, with a time of 16:20, and junior Robbie Schmidt placing 2nd with a time of 16:24. The girls' team was led by Isabella Hubble, placing 20th, and the team as a whole placed 5th. In related news, Jacob Clems was named CJ Online's City Athlete of the Week. Congratulations, Jacob. And now to Carl Schaefer with Wildcat of the Week.
Well, hello to you, Katie Troop. You are our Wildcat of the Week. Congratulations to you. So tell me, Katie, what are some of the things you do here around Hayden?
I'm in student council and
Cool.
student ambassadors, and I do singers and soccer.
Cool. And what's your favorite, if you had to pick a favorite out of those?
Stuco. Student council,
You enjoy it
definitely
a lot?
my favorite.
A lot of fun. You had to choose a place to pull out in a zombie apocalypse. What would that place be?
I don't know.
Any place. Good place.
My laundry room.
Laundry room is a good place.
Hang out with
Very
my
much
cats.
is. Once again, congratulations, Katie. How
Thank
does it
you.
feel to be Wildcat of the Week?
Feels kind of special.
Kind of special?
Kind of with all my senior pictures up there.
Well, thank you very much, Katie Troop. Back to you, Mitch.
Thank you, Carl. Here at Hayden Broadcast Club, we're starting a new segment we like to call Teacher of the Week. Each week, we're going to bring in a new faculty member, and we're going to have a little interview with them. This week, our faculty member is the Sandman himself, Mr. James Sandstrom.
Bring me a dream. Make him the
Hey,
cute.
Mr. Sandstrom.
Doing real good, Mitch. How are you?
Good. We decided that we'd like to have our students know a little bit more about the people who work at their school. So I'm going to start you off with, how long have you been working here at Hayden?
This is my 17th year.
17 years. Have you learned a lot?
I have. I've learned a lot. Students have taught me a lot of things.
All right. So what are some of the responsibilities you have here at Hayden?
As Dean of Students, I'm kind of in charge of making sure that you guys all have a great time while you're here.
All right. Do you teach any classes?
I teach one class currently, Honors Algebra 2.
All right. How's that going?
It's going really well. It's nice to remain in the classroom and get to deal with students on that level.
All right. What's your favorite memory of being here at Hayden? What do you think was your favorite event that's ever happened?
Probably coaching tennis, going back-to-back state titles in 04 and 05.
Oh yeah, that certainly sounds like a good memory. This is going to be a little off-the-wall question. If you could meet any person in the world, in history, who would you like to meet?
I had the pleasure of seeing Pope John Paul II when he was in St. Louis, and I suppose meeting Pope Francis would be an honor.
That definitely would be an honor. He's a very, very good pope, a very good leader of our church. And for the final question, what advice do you have for any students still currently attending Hayden? Because you've already been through high school, you've been through college, so what's some advice you got for the students that are still attending Hayden High School?
I would say live out your high school career and do what you can so that when you graduate, you don't look back with any regrets.
All right. Well, thank you for coming here, Mr. Sandstrom. It was a pleasure to have you.
It was my pleasure.
Thank you, Mr. Sandstrom. And now we're going to go to Kendall Reese with an interview with our new foreign exchange student, Antonio.
Thanks, Mitch. I'm here with the exchange student, Antonio Gil Flores. He's from Spain. We're going to ask him some questions. So, Tony, what's the difference between life back at home and life here in America?
First of all, I want to say that it's a pleasure to be here. The main difference is that I used to live in Melilla, a small town place in North Africa, and I had a beach there. And that's the main difference here. And we used to eat a lot of fish, and here I don't see fish.
Lots of corn.
Yeah, that's the main difference.
Yeah, what's the difference between school here and school there?
There we don't have lockers because we don't go from one classroom to the other to another one. We just stay in ours. For example, grade 10 A class. That class has owns only one classroom. Grade 10 B class owns another classroom, and teachers go and change from one class to another one. So we don't need lockers.
Awesome. Is there anything you like more here than back home, or vice versa?
I told you about the fish and the beach, and I can say the festivals. There we don't have so many festivals. Only in summer we have like a Renaissance festival, but here you got a lot of festivals. I've been here for like 1 month and a half, and I've already been to 3 festivals, so that's very cool.
What's your favorite part of America so far?
The yards, the feet, and all that kind of things. Nah, it's not. I don't know why you still use that. You should change it. My favorite part. Well, actually, I can say that people. I didn't expect that you're gonna be so nice and so cool, and you are.
Okay, and I've heard that you speak many languages. So how many languages do you speak? We'll keep count. Okay.
Speak Spanish, kind of English, a little bit of German, a little bit of French, and then I can speak a few things of Finnish, Russian, but these are not languages actually, or
Russian's not a
Arabic.
language?
But
No?
the last 3 ones is just words and can understand a little bit.
Ah.
I don't
Well, I'm
speak them
gonna
properly.
count them.
You should, and only 4
7.
actually, only 4.
We'll give you 7.
But I cannot speak with the last 3 people, so I can only speak with 4 people.
Okay, 4,
4
and
different.
then half of these 3. What would that be? 6.5.
Yeah,
Well, thank you very much for letting us interview.
you're welcome.
Rehearsals for the Hayden Fall production of Dr. Faustus are well underway, and according to director Mark Rajeski, they are going swimmingly. The production will be on November 12th, 13th, and 14th at Helen Hawker Theater in Gage Park. And now to Carl Schaefer with a report about the senior retreat.
Thank you, Mitch. In just about 2 weeks, seniors will be undertaking the first retreat of their year. However, the announcement of this retreat spurred much controversy, with many seniors confused or upset about the details or requirements of the retreat. To help alleviate some of these concerns and answer some questions, I sat down with theology teacher, student council advisor, and retreat planner, Miss Angela Herman. I'll quickly summarize our discussion. One of the main issues was the topic of why the retreat. Our Catholic faith is one of the most integral parts of our curriculum here at Hayden. Our retreats are an extension of this and allow us to get an escape from the traditional teaching environment of Hayden. It is not meant to be a cumbersome experience, but rather an enjoyable one. One of the main issues was the issue of cost. The overall cost for the school was fairly high to ferry us there, plus provide housing and food and activities, but the school is fronting some of that cost. The $50 per student is to help alleviate this cost from the school. However, while the cost is required, the ability to pay does not limit the ability to go. Another issue was the topic of phones. Phones will be taken when we arrive and given back as soon as we leave. This is a diocesan policy to address privacy concerns since we will all be staying in the same area. We cannot be allowed to have picture-taking devices in that same area. And finally, the issue of wearing Hayden attire or spirit wear while we're on the retreat. We are still collectively representing Hayden while we are on the retreat, and that is why the use of spirit shirts while on the retreat is required. However, all articles of clothing on the retreat are not required to be Hayden attire. Since it's cold, layers such as jeans, sweatpants, or plain jackets can be worn to stay warm. Retreats are an integral part of accomplishing the mission of Hayden Catholic. They allow us to step back from the traditional education offered by our school. For more information about the retreat, check out our full article on our website, www.haydennews.net, or see Ms. Herman for more details. Back to you, Mitch.
And now for the upcoming Hayden news. Later today, we will be having our annual Living Rosary. Tonight, varsity football is playing Andover Central at Andover at 7 p.m. Tomorrow, varsity volleyball will be playing at St. Thomas Aquinas at 8 a.m. The boys' soccer team will play at Lansing on Monday. The girls' golf team will be playing at State on Monday, and cross country will compete at League at Felker tomorrow. Next Wednesday and Thursday are the parent-teacher conferences. That means Wednesday and Thursday are half days. The conferences themselves are 5:30 to 8 p.m. in the gym. And there is no school on Friday, but the varsity football team is playing El Dorado at Hayden. It's also dance and cheer night and middle school band night, so come out and support all of your activities. And that's our show, everyone. We hope you enjoyed it. We are taking a break next week because of our shortened week, but we will be back the week after that. If you want to see your club, team, or organization on our broadcast, please email us at haydenbroadcastclub@gmail.com. Meanwhile, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at @HaydenBroadcast and check out our website at haydennews.net. Keep up the great school spirit and school pride, and stay sharp, Hayden High School.